Says I'm live. It says I'm live. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is live o'clock. I hope everyone has their coffee and has done their stretches and their warm-ups because it is going to be a season of dance in your pants. Hey, shout out to Philly Bretnall for all the coordination. Shout out to Mraz Discount Janitorial Supplies, Matt at Teray, Billy Gilwood, Jerry Lindahl, the whole team at BMG, and especially my musician friends, Raining Jane, Mona Becky Chaska, and our producer, Martin Terefe, our amazing musicians in the studio, Nikolai Torp, Sterling Campbell, Noah Terefe, Glenn Scott. Amazing features by Grooveline Horns, Carlos Sosa, Raul Vallejo, and Fernando Castillo. Not to mention Molly Miller on guitar. Who else? Who else am I forgetting? This album is chock full. Yes, and a very special appearance by your friend, Toca Rivera. This is Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride. Comes out June 23rd. You will be able to pre-order, pre-save, and start getting a lot of information about that album starting today. I believe we're even dropping the track listing, so you'll start to see some previews. My goal throughout the next couple of weeks, months, is to pop on here, do some lives, play you some new songs, as well as get out there on the road again. We've got a bunch of random tour dates leading up to the summer where we have a extensive tour lined up, where all the friends are coming along to bring this album to life. What else can I say about this album? It also features the brilliant string arrangement from David Davidson, who provided all the strings on We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things. This is actually a bit of a reunion album because this album was also produced by Martin Terefe, who also produced We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things. So 15 years later, I'm calling this Full Spiral. It's not full circle because I feel like I've come back around to a place where I've been before, but with a new perspective. When I was making We Sing, We Dance in 2007, I had just met Raining Jane, and one of the songs we had written together was A Beautiful Mess, and it appears on that album. Through the years, we've written many songs together. We put out Yes in 2014. We worked on Have It All and songs from the No album. They helped the creation of the reggae album, Look for the Good. You can hear their beautiful vocals and songwriting contributions on that album. And here we are again with another album. This was a concerted effort by the five of us to rally over the last couple of years during the pandemic and share some ideas, write some songs. We would go on writing retreats and basically tote these songs around in a backpack for years, hoping to someday find the right lane for this music. We took the songs on tour over the summer, thanks to the patience of our friends at BMG, who were so excited to have music this year or last year. I had asked if we could go on the road first and test out some of these songs. And I needed that feedback before going into the studio to really know what it is we were going to be recording. And the feedback we got last summer on tour, specifically in Kelowna, British Columbia, was that this show, this audience, these songs, they really wanted to be upright. I think we've been indoors for a long time, so we were starting to play songs a little more up-tempo and finally shake things out. So we started the tour with some acoustic songs, and by the end of the tour, we felt like we had a different agenda, if you will, if that's the right word, and ended up in the studio a day after the tour ended, fresh with that energy from New York City, having played at Pier 17 and elsewhere last summer. Went straight into the studio, recorded some magic in 10 days, came back to California a few weeks later and did some overdubs with some of our friends here in California. Went to Nashville and recorded strings with David Davidson and his phenomenal quartet. And the result is this mystical, magical, rhythmical, radical ride. The title comes from a lyric in one of the songs that will be on this record. Um, I this album is about um, expression, personal expression. It's about acceptance, personal acceptance, and acceptance of others and the world around us that's always changing. And it's about time travel because time doesn't stop and we're still traveling through the cosmos. And I'm not getting any younger. So, at the request of my mother, who said I'm not getting any younger, she said, it's time for us to make a pop album. So Raining Jane and I really leaned into that request, and we have made a pop album. I'm going to look at some of these comments here. Caitlin, fitness, what up, girlfriend? Good to see you this morning. Valiant Lena is so excited. I'm excited. Um, hmm. A win, T Min Chow, time travel. Yes, we are time traveling. And it's not because Time Bandits is one of my favorite movies. So, oh, suddenly the comments are rolling a little too quickly for me to read. Um, Thank you, everyone. I will stay on this chat and keep typing some comment replies, but I am definitely going to jump off of this chat in about 7 minutes because we are geared up to watch the world premiere of I Feel Like Dancing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this song. I started writing this song in London in 2016. All right, long time ago with my dear friend Egg White. Yes, that's his name. And it was a groovy idea that was mostly about the chords and the sonics. And when you write a song in a day, sometimes it's just a bunch of gibberish. But I knew that the bed of the track was delicious. And so I came home and I called my friend MC Flo, Abby Dorsey from right here in San Diego. I said, "Come on, I've got some song ideas. Let's mess around." And two of us like to get together and rap and write verses and stoke each other out. So on that instrumental bed from London, we wrote the first draft of I Feel Like Dancing. And back then it was called I Like to Dance. I like to dance and it looks like this. And yet everyone I pitched the idea to thought it was a little ridiculous, especially because the verse says, I like to dance and it looks like this. I like to dance, it looks like this. There's a quiet moment in it. And for radio and for listening, it didn't make any sense when we played it to people. But I knew that there was a time and a place for this idea. So anyway, it sat on the shelf for a long time. In 2017 or 18, I found myself in France with ASCAP at a writer's retreat, and I was teamed up with Chris Stefano and Steph Jones, and we were writing some songs. And I shared this idea, I feel like dancing, and Chris said, I want to play with my Ableton, and let's make a version of this. Let's go for it." And so the three of us took the idea and morphed a new chorus into it, where even if it's raining, I'm not complaining. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. That actually came from a writing retreat in France. So now there's three different sessions that have sort of um, created this beast. I should rewind a little bit because the idea started on tour in 2015 when we were touring. Yes, we would do I Like to Dance and it looks like this in the middle of our Dynamo of Volition um, medley or big jam that we were doing in the tour. So I Like to Dance, it looks like this is like it's like inching along 2018. It's kind of in a song, but it doesn't make the cut for the No album. It's just still not ready. Some of the verses still weren't smoothed out. There was no verse 3. I think there was even a bridge that took us out of the picture. Long story short, uh, we're on the road last summer with Raining Jane, and got the sense that the audience definitely wanted to dance, and we needed more up-tempo fire in the set, and a friend of mine reminded me of the "I Feel Like Dancing" song, so I pulled it out, rallied on the bus with Rainy Jane. We worked out the final details, and I think knowing that we had a stage for it and an audience, it really helped understand that how the 3rd verse could live, and just how simple of the verse lyric does work on stage in a visual context. So anyway, that's the journey of the song. Don't throw away any ideas if you ever have some sitting around, because you never know. For me, songs take sometimes 4 to 7 years for anybody to hear them. Um, but I do believe this song has its time has come, and to stand up and say I feel like dancing is a lot for me, because I don't know. I don't I don't feel like I dance the same way twice. So in this music video, I hired a great choreographer, Taylor James and Megan Lawson. Taylor is the director, Megan Lawson, choreographer, to help me pull it together and have some consistency in my steps so that the cameraman knew where to go and so that I felt comfortable doing this in front of a lens. But I tell you what, I had the time of my life. I loved every bit of it. It's a one-take music video, so do recognize that. There's a lot of fun friends, special guests, and Easter eggs in this video, which I'll get to over the next couple of weeks. I'll try to make some content where I freeze frame and point out some cool things. So this is a lot of information all at once. But I'm tickled. I feel like it's my birthday, which is June 23rd, and that's when the album comes out. Once again, June 23rd. You can pre-order and pre-save it now. It's called Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride. It's about that mystical, magical, rhythmical, radical ride through life, through love, through any of the myriad cyclical processes we experience here on Earth. Single is out, which we're about to watch the video for here on YouTube. Tour dates are out at jasonmraz.com. I'm going to stay on the chat so we can keep chatting and I can try to answer some questions. I'm going to log off so we can watch the music video. I hope that was not too much information. Thank you, Trisha, for the mug. Thank you, Fringe, for the coffee. I love you. And I'll see you all very soon on the next thing.